guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Christina and today we are doing an old-fashioned haul. I love watching hauls. They're some of my favorite videos. I also like to film them and I don't get to do them as often as I would like, so I'm kind of excited. These are things that I did not buy all at once but that I've picked up here and there over the last few months and I haven't talked about on camera. I probably haven't even posted about it on Instagram or something like that. So I've tried everything and I can give you mini reviews as we go along, which I think are the most helpful kind of hauls. I like try on hauls and I like hauls with reviews. It's not very helpful for me to just be like, and I got this, and I got this, but then no other information. So if you're interested in seeing this haul, just keep on watching. The first items I want to go over are the items that I hauled from the cosmetics outlet store. Basically, if you have outlet stores in your area, they will usually have a cosmetics company store, which is where I got these things. And then sometimes they'll have another one. They call them CCOs. Basically, they just take name brands and they mark them down. Sometimes it's items that are, you know, last season. So if there's like a summer collection, sometimes it's like the season before, or items that have been discontinued. Sometimes if there's items at Sephora that are discounted, there's a really good chance that those same items are gonna be at the outlets and even more discounted. So it's fun. Sometimes there's really good stuff and sometimes there isn't. My local one just started carrying about a year ago Tom Ford products, which for me was super exciting. My cosmetics company store also carries Bobbi Brown, MAC, Smashbox, Clinique, and then the one next door has stuff like Armani, YSL. So I shopped at both and I got a few goodies and I got such good deals. The first thing to me was a shock that they had, which is the Tom Ford bronzer in Terra, and this is their first formulation because they've reformulated. And it comes in a little dust jacket like this, and it's the Soleil packaging, which I love. It's white and gold, and then it looks like that. I don't want to blind you. This is what the shade looks like right there. I love this bronzer so much. I have the Tom Ford Soleil Trio in the Afternooner, and I do like the bronzer on that one, but this one, for me, it pulls a little bit more neutral. Let's see if it pulls a little bit more neutral, so I can use it as a contour slash bronzer, and it's not too warm. The Afternooner bronzer is just slightly more orange, which I like when I have more of a tan because it makes you look kind of rosier and more sun-kissed, but I like this one for every day. It's a beautiful formula. It's super smooth. It's super blendable. And I got this for $45. If you are familiar with these, they retail for I think $110, something like that. They're expensive. And this is not the little size. This is the big boy size, like big pan. So I was super excited that they had this. I believe it was $65 and then they had extra discounts on top of that, and so I got it for $45. So for me, this was probably my biggest find and I was so excited to get it. Would I pay $100 for it? I don't think so. The Marc Jacobs one that comes in the white packaging is such a good bronzer, and I think that's kind of a good dupe for it. I think that they both blend, you know, as easily. This one, I will say, it gives you a little bit more of like a natural sheen. It's not shimmery by any means or glittery, but it just kind of gives you a little bit of life. And the other one is a little more matte, but they're both beautiful. So if you can't splurge on this, I don't think it's a must, but I'm so happy that I have it, and I'm so happy that I only paid $45 for it. My other Tom Ford find, which I am obsessed with, I'll tell you right now, is the Tom Ford foundation stick, which I'm so flippin' excited. This was $57, and then they also had an extra 25% off that day. 25 or 30, I forget, 25 I think. So I got this for such a good deal. It's normally $80. They only had about 5 shades there, and they were all dark shades except for this one, and it just happened to be my perfect shade, which is 1.5. I love stick foundations. Well, I love a good stick foundation. They're not all created equal. This is what it looks like. As you can see, it's just exactly my skin tone. I freaking love this, and I hate that I love this because I think it retails for $88 or $85, and now I'm going to be stuck buying this for the rest of my life, which is just unfortunate because it's so good. If you liked the Hourglass Vanish foundation, you will love this because it's even better. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like you put it on and it just melts like butter and becomes one with your skin. It also has just incredible blurring properties. So it kind of fills in all my pores. I don't need a primer even. And it just looks so like amazing. It's luminous without being greasy. It's just, it's stunning. I do have to set it in the heat, but I think in the winter I won't have to, and I love it. It covers everything that I need to cover. It's a medium, and you can build up to full without it looking cakey. It applies well with brushes, with fingers, and with a sponge. I think I may have found my Holy Grail foundation. I don't know. I don't want to say that yet, but I'm putting that out there. We will see. The next thing, I went next door, and you guys, I'm heartbroken, but they are getting rid of the YSL tint and oils, and so these were $6. $6. They're usually like 30 something dollars. I picked up two, and then I picked up a gloss because apparently YSL is also discontinuing the gloss. They look like that. I'm sure you're familiar with them. They're an oil. I think a lot of people have kind of stopped using these as much, which may be why they're discontinuing them, because a lot of people have moved on to the Juicy Shakers by Lancôme. I don't like those. They dry my lips out. I don't think they're that good. These are way more comfortable and juicier and just all around better. I don't know. Maybe they're repackaging. I hope they don't get rid of them completely. I picked up the shade Cherry My Cherie, which I will swatch right here. As you can see, it's like a sheer gloss, kind of, with a little bit of a tint. So it's an oil with a tint. It leaves your lips super moisturized and just a little hint of color. You know, they're not the most long-lasting things you'll put on your lips whatsoever, but they're super comfortable, and I love them for the summertime. I also picked up the shade I Rose You, which I had had my eye on for a while. And right there. Both rosy shades, one a little bit more subtle than the other. And then I also picked up a gloss, and I picked it up in a nude shade, which was Nude Carrot. So it's a nude with like glossy flecks, and let's put it right there. It's just a nude with a little bit of a gold sheen to it. You know you're here for my amazing swatches. Yeah. All those were $6, which is amazing. And then my last find, which I believe was $8, six or $8, was the Lancôme Glow Steel Silky Creme Highlighter, which is the one that looks like this. And I had been looking for this one everywhere because Sephora had it marked down and they did not have this shade. This shade was like the first one that sold out, which was called Buff Lights. And it looks like that. If you're familiar with the ColourPop Super Shock Shadows, is that same formula. There's the swatch right there, and it's a champagne gold, and it's stunning on the cheeks. It just kind of melts on your skin, and it's really pretty. It's not the most like in your face, but it kind of looks a little bit wet, and I really like it. But obviously I hate to recommend it because apparently it's gone forever. That was my haul from the outlets, and then I did a very small Beautylish haul. So what I picked up there were just 3 things. I picked up the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, which I am obsessed with it. And these two together are like just on another level of golden goddess. I didn't even know that I wanted to look this glowy in my whole life. I'll show you. This is a very unique product because it's a primer and a highlight, but not. It's very strange. Once you blend it in, it just leaves your skin, very, oh, there you go, now you can see it, kind of like a sheen to it. I am a big fan of it. I think it looks good under foundation and over top foundation as a highlight. It looks good without makeup on if you just use it kind of lightly. Oh, it's gorgeous. Sometimes I do the Tatcha canvas just on my pores and then this everywhere else and no makeup, and I think it looks really, really nice. Like, not like I have perfect skin, but just very like I woke up like this kind of goodness. I love it. It's really hard to explain what exactly it is, but I promise you it's so good and I'm obsessed with it. It's gonna travel with me on vacation. The next thing I'm also obsessed with, Charlotte Tilbury, knocking it out of the park, is the Hollywood Beauty Light Wand. This is, I hate to say this because I've only had it for about 2 weeks, but it's the best liquid highlight I've ever tried. Yeah. I hate the packaging. It has this really weird sponge tip applicator. I'm not a fan of that. Let me show it to you on my cheek so you can see, okay? I just kind of place it right there. And I just dab. Do you see that? Do you see how it's just like a wet dewiness? Oh, it's perfection. It's perfection. It almost has no color to it. There is a little bit of a champagne gold to it, but once it's blended into my skin tone, it just like becomes one, and there's not much of a color shift to it. It's like the liquid version of the Amrezy highlight, and for the summer, it's delicious. You will look like just like a little snack. Is that weird? That's weird, but you will. And the other thing I picked up was the Nudestix Blur Stick, and I really like this product. Now don't go into it thinking it's like a stick foundation. You will use it like a stick foundation, but it is like a very sheer moisturizer, tinted moisturizer. Not that there's any moisturizing going on. It's just going to even out your skin tone. It's not going to hide imperfections or freckles or anything like that, but it is going to just give your face a more even look. It will fill in your pores and give you smooth complexion. So if you want to skip primer, you can just use this. I do like the Flawless filter with that as well. And then the wand. These three products together are like my favorite no makeup look lately. This actually wears really well throughout the day. It has more coverage than, say, a Glossier skin tint, but not as much coverage as, say, like the It's Easy cream, which that is like so full coverage. This is such a good product, and I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it, so I'm a big fan. Next little haul was a very baby mini Ulta haul because I had a 20% off coupon, and I was on a concealer hunt because I'm having the hardest time with concealers. I think I've talked to you guys about it before, but my son is just like not sleeping well. He's having to sleep with us right now because he has night terrors, and it's just a nightmare. And so the bags under my eyes have been like on a whole other level, to the point where even color correcting any concealer that I put on top, it just looks green. If you look at some of my videos, you can almost see like I have like a very weird tinge under my eyes, and I promise you it doesn't look that bad in person because, you know, I have weird lighting on me when I'm filming, but I just can't get a good cover. Like, I can't get a good coverage without looking cakey, and I can't get a good coverage without it looking too green or too yellow. So I'm still testing it out. Be patient with me. If I look weird today, it's because I'm testing another one out. But I'm trying out these two concealers, and I've been really liking them. I'm trying the Catrice Liquid Camouflage, which is really nice. I think this is kind of a lighter version of the Makeup Revolution one, if you're familiar with that, or the Shape Tape. I really like this because it's more emollient and creamy and more hydrating, so it does not accentuate anything under my eyes. It will initially crease, so I put it on, blend it out, and then give it a few minutes, and then once it's kind of settled into my lines, I pat it out again, and then I set it, and I have no issues whatsoever. With the Makeup Revolution one, it looks good when I first put it on, but then at the end of the day, I look 7,000 years old. It starts to like crinkle up and crease and just look really, really dry. And for dry under eyes, it's just not good. And the other one that has been a huge hit and surprise for me was the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Stick Concealer. I like this for blemishes and for under my eyes. It's really creamy and emollient as well. It does crease a little bit again upon application, but you can fix that, and then once it's set, it's good. Both of these are going to be more of a matte finish, so if you like a luminous under eye, these are probably not it for you. I would say this one is more hydrating than this one, but this one has a little more coverage. So I like them both, and I'm glad that that's what I spent my 20% on. And then the last item I got from Bobbi Brown a while back when I got an eyeshadow palette, which I can't find my eyeshadow palette. I've been traveling with it, so I think it's in one of my travel bags right now. But I did want to talk about this one, which is the Bobbi Brown face palette. It looks like that. So you have your stick foundation right here, your corrector and concealer right here. You've got a bronzer and then a powder. The shades are actually really good for me right now when I'm more fair. They're not, and I know this doesn't look like I'm tan, but I am a little bit tan right now. Well, tanner than when I bought this. So I've actually been reaching for it more now than when I first got it, which is why I wanted to talk about it. I think this is a really great all-in-one palette if you are very low maintenance and just need something that's easy to use in the mornings or on the go, or if you travel a lot for work or something like that. This just takes any guesswork out of everything, and you know everything is your shade. I do wish that you were able to customize these. You can't. I mean, you pick your shade and then they kind of fill in the gaps for you. So once you pick your foundation stick shade, then all the other shades coordinate with that. And I do wish that you could change that because, some of us like our concealers to be either the shade of our skin or lighter. And from what I can tell, you can't even buy refills of this, which, sucks because I'm probably gonna go through the foundation faster than anything else. As far as the formulas go, the formulas are really, really good. The powder is nice for the under eye. It's kind of a yellow powder. Kind of a yellowy powder like that, but it doesn't have any kind of cast off or color once you put it on. The bronzer is also very nice. It's right there. Little warm, but it's very nice. And the corrector and concealer are kind of hidden cult favorites because they're very, very good. So I really like those, and I really like the foundation in here. It's their stick foundation formula, which is really nice, which I don't find I have to set at all, even in the heat. So this is just a great little travel palette for anyone that is looking for something easy. If you want your routine to be a little less fussy, I think that's such a good low maintenance product. I think a lot of the products that I have today are for low maintenance kind of people. I think that's kind of where the trends are going a little bit more. We're trying to let our skin breathe, look like skin, look glowy, and be a little bit more like, 5-minute makeup and out the door, which is kind of nice, especially for those of us who have kids. That's it for my haul, I think. Yep, that's it. That's everything that I've kind of collected over the last few months, and I hope it was helpful for you to see it this way, where I show you what I got and talk about why I like the products or don't like the products. I actually haven't had any misses at all. Let me know if there's anything here that you've had your eye on, that this, helps you out in some way, and let me know if there's anything on here that you hated. Leave me some love in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.